What's going on, y'all? Turn them wheels. Today we're going to be playing some Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands on Xbox One, which is currently in open beta. And the full game is going to be released on March 3rd, I believe. So I would highly recommend you download this game because it's a really good game. I think I might buy it whenever it comes out. But currently it's only the beta, and there's like 5 or 6 missions you can do, and there's a pretty good amount of side missions. Real good high resolution and graphics. So today we're just gonna be driving around doing some little off-road stuff like that, testing out all the vehicles and stuff. The vehicles we have today, they're kind of like a military version of like a Polaris RZR. Excuse me. It's like a military Polaris RZR. If you're familiar with like the side-by-sides, this one has like a turret on top. It's got like a little CD whip antenna style. Got the shackles on the rear. It's got a light bar and a winch on the front. You can't actually use the light bar or the winch. You can just use the headlights. But I mean, it's pretty cool. They did the, they put this stuff in here for the looks and stuff. And they got these little gas cans and got it strapped down. Your turret. They're really cool. So we're gonna hop in. We're gonna follow our friend Planet 4x4, and we'll see, what kind of trails and stuff this game features. Being that it's a new game, so we'll go ahead and hop on the road. And they only give you the option to do the handbrake, seat change, exit, and headlights. That's the only thing you can do. This game has like the rebels, and then they have like the corrupt cops, stuff like that. It's like one of your typical Tom Clancy games. You're like a military guy, and you go in, you do like missions and stuff. Some of the missions are kind of hard, and some of them are like, super easy. It just depends which one you want to do. I mean, I'd highly recommend you download this game. Let's see what we can get into today. Like we got some tall grass and thick brush up here. I've got some people doing a little gardening back here. We're tearing up some garden. Now, this game has a lot of civilians. You're not supposed to run them over. If you like run over a civilian, it'll like exit the mission and you'll fail it, stuff like that. And a lot of these civilians, they look like civilians, but then once you run into them, they're actually, enemies. It's like there's some enemies right there. They're about to light us up. Looks like we barely missed them, so that's always good. We're gonna want to get hit. This game and most all the Tom Clancy games are pretty realistic with the health. I mean, you start getting shot at, you're either gonna die or you're gonna have to get revived by one of your buddies. If you're playing online, you can get like some of your friends in there and have like a little squad. But if you're not playing online, they give you like some little AI, like CPU squads, and they help you out. You need to be revived, but you can only be revived once per fight, and then you're fully dead, and the mission's basically over. And you just got to retry it until you pass it. Looks like we got some rocks right here. This thing's, it's basically a Polaris RZR, just a military, standardized version. So it's got all the suspension and stuff like that, and it's all-wheel drive to be able to climb over these obstacles with ease. And you should have no problem. There we go. Get around that little tree. It's a weird-looking tree. It's kind of bent. I guess it grew at an angle. I guess I'm going to try to go up this little hill climber deal. I'm not too sure if these can make it. Good thing about these things is you can fit up to 4 people on the inside plus a gunner. So, they hold a lot of stuff. There's the gas cans, but you can't actually run out of gas in the game, so they just put it in there for looks. Pretty cool. Those tires, they dig in, so we made it up there with ease. I guess those trees, you can drive right through them. They're a little weird looking. Weird how you can drive right through them. I'm not too sure. Looks like there's a cross up there. Either somebody died or it's like a monument for the religious people in the game. I'm not too sure. Looks like we spun out on that part. Now, when you first download this game, they're going to give you the option to, customize your character. I guess the game's glitching right now. I'm driving through civilians that just randomly glitch into the game. maybe when once the full game releases, stuff like that. I'm not too sure. But yeah, like I was saying, once you first boot up the game and you get it all installed, the plenty of updates they give you, you get to customize your character. But you can only customize it that one time. So after that, I mean, you don't really get to customize it again. So just make sure you pick, you know, the good tactical stuff that you want, and make sure you know the facial features and all the types of stuff that you want. So that way you'll have the main character that you want for the game. Civilians are just walking on the side of the road, they can easily get pushed off, go down that, and just get killed. Kind of silly, if you ask me. Not too smart. You know, pull off the side of the road and go up this little. There we go. Making that easy. It ain't nothing. I'd have to say my two favorite side-by-sides in real life would either have to be the Polaris RZR or the Arctic Wildcat. But the only thing about these Polaris is the real life version, they're independent suspension and they easily break tie rods. Just type in Polaris and tie rods in the same sentence on Google, and there's plenty of pictures of breakdown and stuff like that. And then the Arctic Wildcat, I mean, everything. All kind of vehicles got issues, but the Arctic Wildcat, they got way less issues than that, so I just want to get one of those. Looks like he slid down that. I guess that rock's pretty slick. And we're on a decline going down this hill. If we try to go back up, we'll get the incline. There we go. Go between this little brush. Squeeze between these rocks. There's going to be kind of a steep drop off right here. Hopefully we don't take no damage or nothing like that. Like I'm bouncing off a rock or something. Not too sure. There we go. For some reason those little thin trees you can drive right through them. Kind of weird. I guess I never noticed that before. So this game ain't been out too long. It's been out for maybe like a few days. I know when I first downloaded it, you had to wait like 12 or something hours, so I didn't play it till like the next day because it was around midnight when I got it downloaded. Hop back over. It might be, no. I thought it might have been high centered. It's pretty hard to get stuck in this game, it really is. It's also pretty hard to fly off and stuff like that. Like I'll notice that if you get a dirt bike, and you really hit a bump pretty hard, if you're flying or whatever and you hit something, you know, you can fly off. But most vehicles in this game, I mean, you can hit bumps going like 60 or 70, little jumps, stuff like that. And you'll pretty much be good, and the vehicle will be good, you know, no damage to either one. And there's a few vehicles where, you know, they take damage like nothing. The vehicle starts smoking, backfiring, and then it's either explodes or it just, you know, the engine stalls and then you're screwed. These, I mean, these are built tough, so we should be fine, honestly. We shouldn't have to worry about none of that. Get down this little spot. There we go. We'll put it in 4 low. We'll come down this little hill. It's always good to exercise your full drive actuator. If you don't use your full drive in a long time, it'll get stuck. And it costs a lot to repair it. You're going to take stuff apart. So. Well, the thing about these Polaris is they're all-wheel drive, so all you can really do is switch between 4 high and 4 low, I think. All the other companies, Yamaha, Arctic, Honda, stuff like that, K&M, Suzuki, they're all manual shift. You know, they don't have the all-wheel drive system. They have the 4 high and 4 low. Got diff locks and stuff when you're in 4 low. It's going to be a little sharp turn. We can come up. There we go. I thought it was going to be a struggle making that turn, but it's not. It's very easy. There we go. Very simple. It's a fun little loop. It looks like it goes around. If you have some power to get up this, I have to turn my tires. There we go. thought I was going to start sliding backwards. Made it just fine. All the vehicles in this game, they're all pretty much like international vehicles. Some of them, they look like an international like Ford F-250, and some look like the international Toyota Tacoma. I'm not too sure what it's called. They had it on the Top Gear episode where they drove it on a volcano. I don't remember. I think maybe it was like the Hilux Diesel, I think, something like that. There's a little cross I was talking about earlier. Somebody died. Got some flowers. I guess you could put a 6-pack on the grave if they were a good man. There we go. Oh, I hope he doesn't flip. That was pretty close. I don't know. They're pretty close. That'd be fun if you could use the winch in this game. That'd be a lot of fun. And light bar also. That car just pulled out in front of them. Now, a lot of the people in this game, they drive crazy. You'll notice that once you download it. And they have a lot of funny comments and jokes that the main characters will say. In this game, from 1 to 10, I think I'd give it like a 9, maybe a 9.5 once they fix everything. I'd highly recommend this game. It's pretty fun. Whether you're playing online or if you're doing just the regular story mode, but once they open up the game and you can get the full game, I think the possibilities will be endless. There's going to be so much you can do. But right now you can only do six main missions and then all the side missions. So you're in like, Itacua, exploration, and then once you get the full game unlocked, there's so many different little cities you can travel to on these little dirt roads. There's a few roads that are paved, but honestly most of them are dirt roads. Let's see, is he gonna try to crawl that, or I'm gonna go down this little hill? There's some nice rocks. Ooh. Should probably hug the right side. There we go. And I managed to flip it. So we'll see if we can crank it back up. There we go. The good thing, these things are solid axle and not independent suspension, because if they're independent, they probably would have broke something doing that flip. Solid axle, they just take it like a champ. That's what they're built for. Built to withstand and be rugged. It's like a little high-speed action right here. Let's put it back in Google Drive. There we go. Spot. Oh, accidentally ran over a civilian. They're kind of in the way though. There's more enemies. They're shooting at us. Now, these things don't have windows, so we're actually getting shot at pretty good. Let's try to get up over here in this little spot. Get up out the way. Taking damage. A little mini map and stuff like that turning red. So I took the hard path and he took the easy path. I think I might be high centered. Nope. There we go. Thought I was going to have to get him to winch me out, even though you really can't. Probably I just have to give me a good push. I actually crawled through it. I thought I was high centered. If you're not sure what that is, it means like whenever your tires aren't touching the ground. And they're all, some of them could be spinning, or all of them could be spinning, but basically the middle of the vehicle is basically a high center on whatever object. The tires aren't touching the ground, so that way you don't get no traction. That's what people mean if you're not familiar with that wording. We got this little, I think this is the little home base where we park at, and sometimes you'll bring like a helicopter and stuff like that over there. Or ammo crates or whatever you got to bring over here. So we'll hop out, make sure everything's good. So it looks like I took a little bit of damage. I probably took the majority of the damage because I did a front flip. And I'd say he took about half the amount of damage because he didn't really hit nothing. The tires all look good. I think they're all run flats. The heavy duty ones, the ones that are only available to the military vehicles and stuff like that. Alright, so that'll conclude today's video. Let us know in the comments what type of videos you want us to do next, or other reviews of this game or any other game, stuff like that. Turn the wheels, I'm out.